You're listening to Daybreak Africa on the Voice of America. I'm Jackson Vunganyi. A report published on Friday by the Gambia's Truth and Reconciliation Commission says that former President Yahya Jammeh is responsible for a spree of killings, torture, and rapes during his 22-year rule. The Independent Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, or TRRC, was set up in 2018 following Jammeh's departure for exile in Equatorial Guinea, where he currently resides. The Commission's report is a product of a 3-year inquiry into the abuses of the Jammeh era based on testimony from hundreds of witnesses. President Adama Barrow, who recently won his second term in office, has 6 months to respond to the TRRC report. So, what is in the study? And does it mean that Gambians who were persecuted during the Jammeh era will finally receive justice? For that, I reached Sene Marena, the founder and editor of Alkamba Times, a Gambia-focused digital news platform. He joins me by phone from Seattle. All right, Sene, thank you so much for joining us. This report took 3 years. It was commissioned sometime in 2018, but it was only published late last week. Why did it take this long?
The Truth Commission's mandate was to investigate the human rights violations committed by ex-President Yahya Jammeh, who currently lives in exile in Equatorial Guinea. So it took the commission 3 years to compile all the report, including the testimonies of witnesses that testify during that period. There are two reasons one can attribute to the delay of the report. One has to do with political reason. The other one has to do with the huge work involved in the production of the report, because during the commission's 3 years, almost 300 witnesses testify. And then, the report are very huge. So the commission say in a statement that they could not finish the work given to them. So they demand an extension, which was granted by the government. So they finally submitted the report to the president in November, a month before the presidential election that conclude in December.
So it was only given to the president in November. Has it been made public yet?
Yeah, the report has been made officially public by the Ministry of Justice on Friday, and then the report is a very voluminous document, 16 volumes of document chronicling the human rights violations committed during that period.
And what are some of the recommendations in the report?
The key recommendation in the report is prosecution. The Truth Commission recommend for the prosecution of Yahya Jammeh with some of his top commanders who were, adversely mentioned in the Truth Commission as perpetrators of these crimes. The crimes include killings, unlawful killings. According to the TRRC report, close to 300 Gambians were killed during this period under review by agents of Yahya Jammeh. So a lot of people were killed, and some were tortured, some were raped. So the rape case was brought against Yahya Jammeh. He was, the Truth Commission find him responsible for raping a former beauty queen, Fatoumata Kufa Jallow, and among other sexual offenses.
And the other big story in the Gambia is that one of the former top generals in the Yahya Jammeh's government, General Sol Badji, just returned to the country from Equatorial Guinea. Does this report say anything about him, and do you expect him to be indicted soon, if it does say anything about him?
Yeah, the General Sol Badji, he used to be the commander of the Republican Guards. We call them the Presidential Guards. He was fined by the Truth Commission responsible for unlawful killing of 2 Gambian Americans in the name of Mahmoud Cisse and Ibu Job. He was also fined responsible for the killing of Ilo Jallow, who used to be a close protection officer to the wife of ex-President Yahya Jammeh. And then he was also found responsible for the unlawful killing of one Mustafa Cisse and one Tumani Jallow. So the commission found General Sol Badji responsible for almost 6 killings. So when he arrived on Friday, there has been outcry from human rights activists, that he should be arrested and, face justice for the killings that the Truth Commission allege. So currently he is not arrested, but the army spokesperson told local media in Banjul on Friday that, Saul and his colleagues have been put on administrative processing, and, the law will take its course.
So, Senate, what is next for the perpetrators, some of the perpetrators that are named in this report? What is the Gambian Justice Ministry saying about it?
Yes, the Justice Minister, Mr. Dauda Jallo, said they are given 14 days to apply for amnesty, which will be reviewed by the TRRC, and recommendations will be made to that effect. So they are given opportunity. Those adversely mentioned, including the general we are talking about, who recently returned to Gambia, they are given 14 days to apply for amnesty.
That was Sene Marena, the founder and editor of Alkamba Times, a Gambia-focused digital news platform. Join me via phone.